We're the only ones in here. And our Arsenal, of course, he's done it again.
There he goes. He's getting his thumbs warmed up. It's like, if I can't be in free play, I'm gonna be joining this. I'm gonna be moving my thumb one way or another. I can't be getting too cold here. That's the whole thing.
He got bored. He got bored. So bored he is waiting for NRG to join.
NRG's just watching the stream right now, just waiting for Arsenal to do this. Like, once Arsenal gets antsy enough to start switching sides, it's our time to join. They're waiting for this exact moment.
And now we're still waiting on them. So it's proven to be quite a difficult task.
In random sorries as he's joining.
Yeah, that takes a lot of APM. He's throwing them in there.
He's getting warmed up. That's what he's doing. At least he's consistent.
Are they in a race?
Maybe it's like a freaking ritual. Hey, there they go. We're in.
Hey, so you guys can see we really are not holding you up here at all. In fact, is this going to start in time? Did it work?
Perfect. It works. We're good.
Did they get it? They actually got all the spawns? Wow. I'm impressed.
No, it looked like Arsenal's on the wrong side. I'm just kidding.
Squishy actually just missed an open net on the double. That was not the best start for NRG. They got the dream, actually, with Squishy having a wide open net double touch. Missed it. And now SSG opened the scoring, showing him that it's done.
Who was going for the bump there? Was that Reddles on defense? I think it was Reddles hunting down Justin. Yeah. Just pulling him away from the net. That could not have been in a more open net for, I believe it was Sipkle that scored there. Of course, it was Sipkle. It's always Sipkle. Great start from SSG. But, okay, never mind. I was going to say, that's might shake something up right there.
Oof. Well, Squishy's looking rough so far. He's had he's had 2 misses on big opportunities and a defensive blunder to invite Sipkle in for this shot. I'm sure that he'll be able to step up his game. The advantage here being that it is a best of 7, so even if they are surprised by Space Station's speed and aggression early on in this series, I think that we're going to get to see some good games from NRG.
So who do you think has the most pop-off potential in this series? With all of these amazing players on the same field, who's going to be the one to really show up here? I mean, it could be anyone. It really could.
I think maybe I would have to go with Justin for that, mainly because, you know, part of popping off is that your teammates they kind of take the back seat and they let you completely take over and 1v5 the lobby, and it just doesn't look like anyone in SSG is interested in taking the back seat tonight. They're all in the front seat. We've got Arsenal on the accelerators, Sipkle's got the steering wheel, and Rettles is, I don't know what he's doing, maybe he's got the clutch or something. They're driving manual. No brakes though. Definitely no brake man.
No. I have to agree with you there. That's a very good point, because Squishy, while him and Garrett do have amazing mechanics, I think they're more willing to play back a bit more, and Justin definitely has probably the most flashy mechanics out of those 3. But even with them popping off, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get them the win.
Big mind games again for Rettles. He's totally full GarrettG. Holy cow, he's done them again. Clearly NRG haven't been watching SSG's run through the brackets tonight, or they would have known Rettles has been going for mind games all night. Then I just realized, how could they have watched SSG's run? They've just been playing non-stop in Game 5 since we started this tournament. SSG are the ones with the chance to sit back, relax after stomping a team to, you know, go and check out what the other teams are getting up to, what struggles they're having. What a start for SSG.
Technically here.
Oh, nearly 3.
A shot on target. It's open. Not really. Not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's fine to say that it's open if part of the net is open, even if it's not completely open. If you see an open top corner, that's open.
There's some parts of the net open unless there's just like 3 people in a net. That means if there's 2 people in a net, still there's probably a portion of it that is still open.
Yeah, for sure.
With top players like we have in this lobby.
Oh yeah.
Technically, how good their shooting is, anything can be open to them.
Yeah, they think it's open if just the top corner is open. They're gonna say that's open. They would consider that an open net.
I want to hear comms where no matter what part of the field, like who's on defense, they're just like, it's open, take a shot.
I think that's just what you get when you watch Jesse stream, actually.
Yeah.
Oh!
There's only 2 people dead.
What?
Okay.
How is that not a goal? Somehow NRG have failed to score here. Now that was a bit random. There's a lot of chaos as the ball bubbles around the box, but I would have really expected a goal to happen there. Looked like somebody had a free shot. I'm sure something else happened just off camera though. that would have explained it all. More pressure, but SSG are always goal side on these shots.
I'd have to agree with you there. I was thinking about pop-off potential, and while each player has pop-off potential, I think I was gonna say I'm looking to see less single-player plays, but then Arsenal comes out of nowhere and just does a solo play here. Past two players.
They've all been dribbling tonight. It's been pretty crazy to see how effective the dribbling and plays have been for all three of the SSG players. Rettles has been all about the mind games. Typical and Arsenal have been all about the flicks. So I like the the variety you've got there. That they're going to keep NRG guessing.
Maybe a double touch here for blue team, but nothing come out of it. The backboard defense from high level play compared to the I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, it was almost non-existent. It's just totally different than what it used to. Now there's almost always someone on the backboard to be able to save any kind of double play. That was very close. That was very close.
Oh my goodness, this defense. SSG are just not letting Squishy score. Squishy just can't put the ball in the net, and I think maybe one or twice, 2 times.
Shots too.
Yeah, he's had opportunities, but he's been denied on several of them. It's not just been that he's missing opportunities. There's been so many saves as well.
He's shooting to the wrong part of the open net, honestly. That's kind of his fault.
He's shooting at the non-open part of the open net. Yeah. He's shooting at the closed net.
What the heck, Squishy? Come on.
Somebody give him a map to the open net.
It's just a big rectangle.
NRG needs something. This has been really they've been destroyed on the ground. Rettles with a huge mind game, Arsenal with the big flick, and then the bump to kick things off on Typical putting one in a weak clear. I think every single player scored a goal here, so ideal game 1 for SSG. NRG weren't without chances. We're not going to lie to you here. They had a lot of pressure, but the SSG defense has been
quite enough
effective for the most part.
I was going to point out, I was watching Alpine's game, and Alpine was getting, when they did get offensive pressure, it didn't seem to matter against SSG. Their defense, in my opinion, has just been unlocked. It's very hard to get around them. It's pretty crazy.
Their
that was
interceptions,
a really good first game.
Their interceptions are really, really good tonight. You can't really be making an infield pass to anyone on your team against SSG tonight unless you've got someone else in backup, a third man to cover it.
Maybe some pre-flip plays off the wall to not a pre-flip, a pre-jump to midfield. You got to jump faster than everyone else. Then the infield passing play works.
That's something that Justin can do. We've seen a lot of free jumps from Justin.
Where he jumps. Yeah, he's crazy.
The ball's magneting towards him. Sunless in chat saying leave Squishy alone. He's a big simp for the Muffin Man. But I don't know. Are people being mean to Squishy? No need to be mean, everybody.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, this is a great series. I think NRG played. They put the pressure on. They put plenty shots on target. Now the thing they need to do in this game is just shoot at the open part of the net, not the closed part of the net. They're probably going to be really competitive in the series.
Well, that's probably what I should be teaching in coaching. Shoot towards the open part of the net.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that. Wise words.
Stop shooting at the closed net, everybody.
I want to point out my prediction was correct. It was 3-0 SSG on that last game.
I see.
It's not the serious score.
I see. I want to also claim a correct prediction. Said SSG we're going to start hot. It's NRG. You need to adapt to them because the style I'm seeing from SSG tonight, it can't be something that anyone else in this tournament is doing. And I'm talking anyone else. Rogue, G2, Envy, I don't care. They're not doing this. They're not playing this dangerously in offense. That being said, NRG can keep up. This isn't a team that SSG can just completely outpace. It's a very even matchup in terms of speed. Good save again. More of that same stuff that we saw in the last game with this good goal line defense from SSG.
Something I was noticing about SSG is I don't see them stop it whenever they're on defense. They do. That was a fantastic shot from Garrett. What a redirect. Was that a pre-jump? No, he jumped at the same time as Arsenal. Arsenal just didn't read it, and Rettles had already pre-jumped that apparently.
It was just a monster clear by Justin. Monster touch. I don't think Arsenal expected Justin to hit it that hard and not hit the ceiling. The synergy
between Justin and Garrett is definitely there after playing together for a while now. They can trust each other 100% at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just one of the legendary duos. Now that we've lost the Squishy Gimmick duo, the Squishy Torment duo. Obviously, we've still got Torment Gimmick,
Never mind.
but we don't have any of the other ones. We've got J-Naps, Rizzo, you know, got typical Arsenal. But Garrett Justin, I think, has to be right up there at the very top of that list.
Absolutely. Like, running into them in solo queue is just, might as well forfeit at the beginning. I mean, you shouldn't, because that's some really good practice in my opinion. But don't expect to go too well. Probably expect to get clipped on a few times if you see them coming towards you.
Last time I ran into Garrett and Justin in solo queue, I realized I was dreaming and I woke up. I was like, oh man, that's unfortunate. Another good shot from Garrett though, and actually, you know,
sniping.
The one thing,
side of the net.
yeah, the open part of the net for sure. The one thing I've got to say about this is something SSG maybe haven't had covered all night. Leaving their net open at times is something they have done. And once again, Garrett able to find his way to the open part of the net.
It's strange because they did have someone. Garrett, what are you doing to them right now?
He's just making the entire net the open part of the net now.
He was listening in on us.
Smashing it in. That's off the corner wall. What a
Holy.
Yeah, Garrett is
Let me get my
aimbotting.
notepad. I'm gonna start taking notes here. Garrett is absolutely running train right now.
I think Sunless gave him the aimbot.
Oh,
Take it back, Sunless. Take it back. Give it to Space Station.
20. We don't want it at 100.
It's probably a conspiracy theorist somewhere in the Rocket League community who thinks that there is, you know, a pro with an aimbot. Especially thanks to Sunless.
I mean, now that
video.
Sunless like has put it out in the open, they're like, oh, that could be in an actual game now.
Yeah, rig
Hacking
it.
is now a thing.
Rig it. Make it the miss spot. That's right.
Sunless, you're supposed to give it to our team. I'm not sure what you're doing giving it to NRG over there.
He gave the miss spot to Squishy.
He sent it to the wrong person.
Oh no.
Miss spot to Squishy. Oh no.
Yeah, it seemed to be working in game one.
They had to share it, so it's just Garrett taking the majority of it.
Yeah, this is good stuff
The
for
clear
NRG.
Squishy.
They needed
go
this.
for a bump here.
Super. He can catch
You
up
haven't
with the
seen
ball.
any aerial demo plays yet.
Oh, get out
my,
here.
Go in. That's
It
so
will.
close.
Oh, this
What?
is GarrettG,
Garrett!
man.
You're not human today. Stop
How
it.
did he save this? Is he going to get a fourth one? Almost a fourth goal? I don't know how Garrett saved that shot. That was unbelievable. He's on fire.
Okay, now Squishy's back. Squishy's back.
You know, we're talking a lot about Justin. We
think
forgot Garrett is the
taking
best
some
player
notes
of all time. He is the best American player to ever play the game.
I feel like Garrett has some of the best, not just patience, but just ability to stay calm in very pressured situations. He's like a rock. He's exactly the kind of person that you want to have on your team on defense if he's like last man back or anything. Like he rarely jumps too early for anything.
Yeah, he's got a great mentality for learning. So, you know, even though he's been around since season 1, he's still improving. He's still following the innovations of all of the newer players and all of the new plays and play styles that come up through the Rocket League scene. He picks up on everything. There's nothing this guy can't do. Squishy apparently still can't find the aimbot. He's got it on the rebound though. 4-0. This one's definitely over.
From last game, what's going on here? What's happening, Johnny? What's different?
I can tell you, GarrettG happened.
I'm sure. Yeah.
In this game, that's what happened.
Say.
He just scored a pile of
I would have
bangers
to agree
and
with
saved a few really tough shots. Now he jumps past the
Like,
ball.
you want momentum? I got momentum. Here's three free goals. See if you can work with this, guys. I'll get it started. He revved the engine for NRG.
Yeah, GarrettG showed up. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. I didn't think that. Well, I didn't think GarrettG was gonna step up and 1v5 like this early. That's crazy. We're talking about Justin maybe being the carry guy. Garrett is actually the
Against
carry
SSG.
guy.
Consolation goal.
Yeah, that's something.
Consolation goal right there.
Yeah, I think that confirms that we
I like
should be in
the,
for a great
pass.
series here. This is really interesting now because we've seen SSG caught NRG off guard in game 1 like we expected they might. NRG have got the immediate response because that class that they've got on their roster. The quality is there.
This entire series is gonna be class, that's for sure. Those Squishy, they're going for freestyles now. Aerialing across the entire field. Justin's the one to put this one in. That wasn't flashy enough, Justin. Do better.
Yeah, it's only Garrett who's had the screamers in this game. Squishy and Justin, I'm sure, will have their moment in the spotlight, but this game has absolutely been GarrettG's. But you know, this is actually a really interesting thing that we've seen happen. You know, I said that maybe Justin's the most likely guy to pop off and carry the series, mostly because I don't think anyone in SSG is going to allow themselves to be carried. And we saw that in game 1. They all scored a great goal each. They were all getting involved one at a time. But here now, Garrett just actually 1v5'd. He just smashed in a pile of goals. What a performance.
You say 1v5, but I don't think Justin or Squishy held him back by any means. They both got a goal themselves.
Oh no, they did.
They held their own.
It's a 1v5.
But the first half of this game was all Garrett. You can't deny that.
No, I'm sticking to the 1v5.
That was a beautiful showing. Great showcast of shooting. I'm inspired.
Yeah, it's something. Well, this is actually something I can't really relate to so much. Like, I love Rocket League. I love playing Rocket League. But some people, when they watch great Rocket League, they just think, man, I just can't wait to go and play. But I'm just like, when I watch great Rocket League, I'm just thinking, man, I can't wait to go and watch more great Rocket League. That's my first thought. Yeah. And it is my thought right now.
I am cool either way.
I'm sure as a, much more competitive player than me, you do lean more towards the real, oh man, I really want to go queue up some ranked right now. Maybe I'll get some good games, anything like this. But I can safely say that there's no world in which I will queue up into ranked and get a game remotely like these ones. It's not happening.
Not with that attitude, Johnny.
Oh, it's just not happening with any attitude, really.
Blame it on the keyboard.
Not with my rank.
It's alright. You got connections. Just set up a private lobby. Like, guys, I need some good Rocket League here. My C3 lobbies just aren't cutting it. It's not gonna happen.
I want to get clapped by good players.
I thought you got the GC.
Yeah, I did. I've got my GC. I've got my rewards. Yeah.
With how matchmaking has been, I don't have a lot of hope for it. You could probably get matched up with some lower level pro players.
I've run into rank 1 players before. You know, at 1500, you can literally queue into rank 1 because their queues go so long. You can just end up in a rank 1 lobby, and then I'm like, what am I doing in here? Why am I here?
That's when you go the Woody playstyle. Just go for demos the entire game. Or Rocket
That's a good idea, actually. You know, that might be the idea for SSG here. Just demo Garrett as much as possible. Because if they give him any ball time here,
a lot of demos.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see them try and demo Garrett as much as they can.
Do they have a good enough playstyle to get demos? Like, right? I feel like that right there, NRG had some chances to go for demos on the way out of their rotation. And I didn't see anyone really go for them. Maybe just didn't see anyone. But there are definitely times to go for them. Yeah.
NRG aren't really as focused on it as SSG are, and I think NRG have been caught out by it more, just because they've had more game time at the highest level of Rocket League where that isn't really a thing. It's not really a thing that you have to be constantly afraid of. But since SSG gotten up to this level of gameplay, demos have always been part of the meta. So they haven't known any other, like, this is all they've ever known. That is their style.
They're not just good for like opening up the net and messing with rotation, but it can also, like, demos can also be really good for just, tilting your opponents, kind of getting in their head. It's good for multiple reasons. So they're I agree with you. They're always going to be important. That was pretty close there. NRG needs to get a clear off of defense here. They've been stuck on their side for a little bit now. It's like Justin's dribble will do it, but right back to their end. Though there are full boosts back there, so it's not that bad. It's not like they're getting boost starved just yet.
I think Rattles has been shocked by how well Garrett played in the last game. We're not seeing as much from him in this game as we saw earlier in the tournament. I'm starting to wonder if those really bold words that he had for us earlier on today are starting to weigh heavily on his shoulders. He said that he doesn't think NRG are the best team in North America anymore. He can't wait to beat them. He wants to play them. And a bunch of other things as well. Like, Rettle's obviously no stranger to trash talk. Good save by Squishy there.
Oh, there we go. Big play potentially. It's going down. It's typical. He doesn't care where it is. He'll hit it from anywhere. Absolute monster.
Both teams are very Very much trying not to lose the first
There's a
goal
demo.
here. That should have been a better shot from Justin. It was weak. Sypical swept it up without any difficulty. But a lot of
Reddle's
respect being shown to NRG
snickering
here. This is more
at
respect
that
than I've
shot
seen them
from
show to anyone else in this tournament.
There's an awkward spot here for Squishy. How will he handle it? He does get past one, though that past one was, I believe, just someone going for a demo. So not that hard to get past one of them. He's lucky he didn't get demoed there, though. Potential pass back to mid. It was too far back for any good shot to put on to be put on target. Do you agree with that long clear from Squishy? I feel like maybe he's trying to give himself pressure, but do you think that was a worthwhile touch to go for? Or should he
I
be
don't
looking
think
for
he's
a pass
interested in
before?
anything else right now. I don't think that there's either of these teams wants to dribble in defense at all. They're too scared of the big dunks. They're
Right.
too scared of the big challenges, especially Squishy, who I think conceded they conceded the opening goal of this series. Squishy tried to slow play in defense and just ended up giving the ball away. So I don't think they're looking for anything else except big
I haven't
clears
seen
in
almost any
defense.
dribbles off defense.
Yeah,
100% correct.
they're not trying to do that if
There's
they're last
one
man.
kind of.
Yeah, a bit more
That was
space
like
there.
midfield though.
Yeah,
Yep. If there was like someone rushing him, I don't understand him just moving that.
big
Potential
chance.
shot here from Reddle. He hits it right at Justin. Interesting strategy you got there.
Oh, that was a reset double touch attempt by Arsenal. He missed it. Space for Justin now. He didn't get the first touch he wanted
Justin
off
in
the
the air.
ball.
Watch out.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those. Still.
Not the touch you wanted though. Ooh, what are these touches? Honestly, they're crazy.
Yeah, it's absolute chaos in defense.
I'll forever be impressed by all these players. Is that
What?
it? Hold on. All right. I was about to say that was a very slow moving wall shot. If that's the one that ends, gets someone a win, I would not be happy.
Yeah, you're thinking, no way is that how these teams get separated. Overtime game 3, it was a crushing win for SSG in the first game, crushing win for NRG in the second game. Now they've evened out. It's the series we all hope for. But big chance. Oh, Sypical's missed it. He had Arsenal pressuring on the goal line. That
too
should have been
difficult.
on target.
Too difficult for Sypical. Lucky rhyme there. That might be it. Arsenal blocking.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening here. The 50-50s have been on point from both teams. The ball's just kind of getting stuck in the same exact spot because no one's...
Oh, what?
Oh! No one's exactly winning 50-50, I was about to say, but that one just went right over SSG's head.
I can't believe that Squishy went for that. He was the last man there. That was so risky, but hey, big reward was on the table. If that was just a tiny bit more to the left, it was in, or to the right, sorry. That was just a goal. That was just a game. Now more space for NRG to work with. GarrettG takes it to the right-hand side of the field, but he is denied by Arsenal. Squishy's in an awkward position here, but he does well. Sypical collects it near midfield. He doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, but he's got the reset. Gets on the wrong side of the ball, though. NRG, for now, are handling everything SSG throw at them.
Oh man, they both committed, but no one's there.
This is tense stuff. It's close, and surely, oh my goodness, Arsenal hits the post.
Goodness!
That's the second shot for SSG that has gone harmlessly wide, sorry. Now they get a third chance. Justin clears it. It's off the bar for Sypical. Arsenal, sorry, and in it goes, finally.
In.
Not before they hit both posts and the bar, but they've done the job. Either way, though, this game could have so easily gone to either team, as Squishy had the massive chance as well. What a game. Tensions rise here in the semi-finals.
SSG deserves that win. I mean, it went to overtime with 0-0. I feel like both teams could have equally won that. Like there was chances both sides, but honestly, there were more chances for SSG in the end if it weren't for some of the missed open nets coming out from them.
It's hard not to deserve a win in Rocket League. Like the only time that I think you're justified in saying a team didn't deserve a win is if they get a lucky spawn off a demo, and it somehow results in something crazy happening that causes a big swing. That's the only randomness in this game. The only randomness. And even then, 50-50 where somebody's going to spawn, so it's not completely random. It's just like you're flipping a coin, but you know where the two options are that somebody could be spawning in. Yeah, that didn't happen. It's clearly deserved, I would say.
They're both looking just incredible. This is the kind of Rocket League that I wanted whenever I was told I'll be casting this.
100%, yeah.
Is so good. I would like to see some more double and triple flip resets. I won't lie, but you know what? It's okay. I'll forgive them this time. Maybe there's still time.
Wait, G2 4-0'd Rogue get out of here, did they?
What?
That's crazy. I predicted G2 to win that. I've got all of the... I think I've got every prediction right on that side of the bracket so far, but I didn't think it was going to be 4-0. Wow. That's crazy. Even more reason to hope that Space Station can win this, because then we get to see Space Station against G2. I know that's a matchup everybody wants to see again. After
Justin with a hard save there.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. He was very much on the back foot after driving off the goal line, but he did well.
All the players on NRG are just kind of sitting still there. Justin's just waiting in net.
What is this? The bronze center ball.
Did you see that too?
I just saw somebody with no boost. Garrett with the reset. It's off the bar. And, oh, it's gone over the crossbar on the bounce. Woo. Nightmare for NRG. That's the dream bounce, though, for SSG.
An intentional demo going on to Squishy. Might give him the space that they wanted, though. Simple past one. Can he get past another? He does. It's an open net. Arsenal puts it in.
Typical with the 1v2 at the near post. He's past Justin, recovers, beats Squishy to the ball as well. That's quick play. Arsenal is always going to be there for the center. Much earlier in the game, they've been able to break the deadlock here. Can NRG respond?
At this point, I'm just starting to know Sipple as a person that can just 1v2 almost every single time. He's that efficient with his touches.
I think everybody on this field can. They're all good enough to get those 1v2 plays. And that's really how goals in 3v3 happen, is when one player takes the ball past two opponents, because then you've got the complete disparity in how many players each team have available in the next play.
Sipical.
Get out
Doing
of here.
Sipical things.
No way.
Don't you dare.
Only Sipical would be bumped midair and still look like he's going to score the double touch.
I was almost positive he was at least going to put a shot on target there. I'm not going to lie.
I love that from Sipical as well. He just drove straight past the ball in the NRG corner to go for a point-blank range demo. And that's smart, because they don't want 50-50s in this position. They only want big wins, clean center balls, and then demos, boost steals. This is how you keep a team like NRG under pressure. Squishy's starting to feel that pressure as he whiffs on the back wall, but Justin's got him covered.
An awkward play here for Sipical. He handles it, slows it down. Passing play infield. It's on target, but not quite the amount of pepper that they wanted on that power shot. Maybe take a few more notes from Garrett's last game.
Yeah, they wanted a bit more seasoning on that one.
Yep.
A bit more spice. It was really good defense from Squishy, though, to win a couple 50-50s in the back with no boost at his disposal. You love to see that kind of control.
Squishy just go for a pre-flip redirect there?
I don't think he was. I think he was just kind of there. Oh, that's another post for Squishy. It's not cleared well by SSG. Garrett's winding up shot. Squishy cuts in front of him. Looks like the communication is breaking down a bit for NRG, but they've still got Justin in reserve. And we all know he can score from anywhere, but apparently not this time.
NRG needs to get something going here. Squishy going for the pinch. It almost works out, even without the pinch really doing anything. There's an open side field. The NRG side of the field is completely open right there. Nothing coming out of it, though. They did catch all the NRG players up.
Typical ran out of boost right before he made contact with that aerial. He was very close. SSG defending well. They've had goalkeepers. They've had cars in the way of every single NRG shot so far. Well saved by Justin. 50-50 on target. Just over 80 seconds for NRG. They need an equalizer here, or they're going to be on defending triple match point in the best of 7.
It's one of the few air dribble bump attempts we saw from Sipical, I believe, there. Surprised we haven't been seeing a whole lot more of those. I mean, they're so effective, but in threes, I wonder if just because like you don't get as much of a run up to be able to do it.
Okay. I thought Garrett stole this. Well, I say stole. I mean, if he hit this, it wouldn't be a steal.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really smart to go for that either way. Garrett fakes the... Well, he's not faking it. He's either going for one of two things. The slightest touch on the ball possible, or a miss, because either of those are great outcomes. He doesn't want to catch it clean, because then it'll just go straight down. But by just being there, he keeps the defender away. Yeah, I mean, the defender's expecting Garrett to hit it. They have to expect Garrett to hit it after the day.
So he was just trying to wait as long as possible to see where the ball was going, and after Garrett missed,
wow. Arsenal brings the back wall forward a couple of car lengths.
Sorry, Pixie.
And it bounces down a bit faster than NRG were expecting.
Wow.
What a passing play. That's how you respond to getting faked out with a GarrettG almost aerial play. NRG got to do it all over again.
Potential setup here. It's a very tight angle. A for effort, though.
The recovery there by Typical was so sick. He's got almost no boost, and he still manages to get back into the midfield as quickly as possible after committing to the offensive corner. That's why it always feels like SSG have got an extra player on you. They're never out the game for long. Same could be said for NRG, though. These guys just all recover incredibly fast. That's not a good touch. GarrettG's got a bit of time on this one. Top corner flick for Garrett. What an equalizer. 7 seconds left. The composure from Garrett to bring this one down and then slam it in the top corner. He continues to carry NRG in and onwards to this series. We've got another tie game. Can anybody steal this?
7 seconds left.
I think we're going overtime, but
saved.
Justin wants
still up.
One more play here.
You're dribbling straight up.
He's trying to literally take off into space. Squishy wanted OT there. He tried to put it down, but somebody blocked it, kept it up in the air. Now Typical's going underneath the first challenge, didn't get the pass off. Overtime game 4. NRG can equalize the series with a goal.
This is monumental. NRG needs to get something going here to tie it up. If not, they're going to be on, what is it, triple match point?
Yeah.
Triple match point. That would not be good.
That's a little bit of a collision mid-air. Let's say a little bit, I mean a huge collision from Arsenal and Justin. Good win by Garrett. He's the threat tonight. He's the guy who is playing out of his mind, taking so many of his chances. Here he goes again. This one will go wide. Still up in the air for Justin to follow. Now Squishy wants a piece of it. NRG posturing in the SSG final third. SSG need to be careful and cover their goal at all times. NRG ready to shoot at any minute. Looks like SSG have made it into the other half, but the communication breaks down. Arsenal wanted the pass. Typical wanted to rotate.
NRG finally getting out of their side. They were stuck there for a little bit, but it seemed like they were just kind of waiting, making sure they all had boosts, and just they waited for a good opportunity to all be able to go forward. Very well coordinated, in my opinion. Beautiful play from Arsenal.
Had a lot to do there. I think without a reset, he's not going to reach the goal uncontested. Justin's got plenty of boosts to play with. Heavy hit to the back wall. Arsenal reads it well, and he needed to read that well to put Squishy back into his corner. Squishy gets it past Typical, though. Both teams trade possession again. Rettles fires straight down the middle. Wants to force the double commit. He gets it, but double demo from NRG will dilute the pressure once again.
Well, oh my goodness, that was savage. Typical wanted to do something there, but just got taken out of the play. Can Squishy get this downfield? Isn't quite fast enough. Squishy on no boost, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything here. They're probably just going to have to give up possession over to SSG. That they do.
It's a good challenge, though, by Garrett, getting right out in the face of Typical. He didn't want to give him time to land on that ball, because we all see what can happen when Typical gets those resets. More defense from NRG. Effective defense. Keeping the ball in the corners. Typical will send it back in. Demo and Garrett. Boost steal as well. This is lots of pressure on NRG.
Ooh,
and a free aerial. Double commit for SSG, though.
No. That's just what NRG wanted. That double commit might give them a bit of space. Being stuck on defense there for a little bit. They were in a pretty hard spot to deal with. But as SSG do, they're just going right back on offense. They don't tend to stay on defense for very long, I've noticed.
Yeah, especially not today. If they sense any weakness, if they sense any opportunity arising, they will go for it. With all three players fully committed to the cause. NRG haven't really been as all in with three players. Yep. Was that open? It might be Arsenal slipping to the demo.
They didn't know who wanted to shoot it.
Yeah, it was not a good bounce for Space Station there. It was too far ahead of one player, too far behind the other.
Big pass, but no one was there. Rettles, third man. He has it set up here. Does he go for the second touch?
Way.
How do you read that?
What a save by Justin. has to be said. Like you said, how does he read that? That was a double touch on target off the ground by Rettles. Ridiculously high level stuff. And Justin predicted
reminds me what you said earlier. It's like he has a magnet. The ball is just, it just goes to his car. He goes up in the air and the ball just goes right to it.
Yeah, Justin has a knack for those things. It's why I think why he picks up on boomer mode so well. He just knows where the ball's going at all times. He knows where it's going to end up. Especially he's really been out of boost all game here. Typical as gets saved by Arsenal in this play. Rettles with another opportunity off the wall. He's going to go over the top with it. Garrett denies him. 4-minute overtime. What a game we are seeing here. SSG have had the majority of the pressure, but NRG have really done so well to prevent this from amounting to anything.
I'm trying to think, what's it going to take? It's like Garrett just needs just a second of his amazing shooting from the last game, or from a game or two ago.
Did Justin just pinch that off the ceiling? I don't know how he got that ball moving so quickly.
I think it was off the ceiling and off of another player, but it could be wrong.
It was super fast. Almost a double game here as we approach 5 minutes OT. NRG getting an opportunity to see what the orange corner looks like. Space Station will feel like they should have, maybe could have, well, could have definitely, should have maybe won this. Justin picked off the challenge by Syphical. Now Garrett's going to take it off him. Reset for GarrettG. It's off the bar. It's squishy there. He's denied on the goal line by a returning Syphical, but it's still in there for NRG. Looks like Space Station will get away for now. That was way too close for comfort. Another flip reset coming in for Garrett. You can tell he's feeling good about who he's playing.
I'm lost for words right now. This this is just going back and forth. I am enjoying every second of it though. This could be an open net.
What?
Gets bumped by Arsenal though.
Yeah, Arsenal pit maneuver Justin so he couldn't shoot on target. That's huge. NRG have had the better of the last minute. There's no denying that. But it's that timing of their third man getting involved in the play that's letting them down. They haven't had any clear-cut chances on net with their third man in on the attack. They're just a bit too late to the scene. Space Station haven't made that mistake all that often today.
With all these back and forths, what's it going to take here to finally get the
I'm going to say
goal?
1 goal.
I would have to agree.
But where that comes from remains to be seen. It's a very impressive defensive display by both teams. Now Space Station don't have a lot of boost. That's not the best clear by Rettles. Arsenal has to just chip it into the corner. NRG have got tons of boost at their disposal here. Space Station do not. Justin doesn't get the air dribble on target. He wasn't too far off though. You can see the Syphical wants to jump off the wall at that ball, but he just can't because the boost is not there for them. I think they might have grabbed their corner there though.
I'm sure what Rettles was doing there was that he might have been going for a redirect, or he just got bumped. It's strange.
Oh, big mind game.
Panicking.
Oh my goodness! No. Rettles! He's done them again! With another worldly mind game. See you later, Squishy Muffins. Justin, you're not going to save that one, buddy. That is unbelievable. Rettles' mind games today are on some level. I've never seen this kind of consistency with mind games showing up in every single round of a tournament. 2 times in this series, he's completely fooled NRG in 1v2 positions. Wow.
Honestly, the mind game 7 minutes into overtime, probably the right play, because every person in that lobby was probably sweating.
Man. That's going to feel pretty bad for Squishy, though. That's got to feel pretty rough, because that's one of the mind games where Squishy was actually closer to the ball than Rettles was, and Rettles he didn't really do much. He just kind of did a tiny little pump fake, and Squishy just like flipped off into another continent. That just shows you the pressure that's on him. Oh, that's unreal.
Look how many shots Rettles has right now. He got 10 shots that game, while Arsenal and Typical only had 3.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Rettles was going for so many shots. That's pretty crazy.
Well, you know, SSG, they're not a team who play with any designated third man. I don't think any Rocket League teams do that, but certainly not SSG. Sometimes the shots just fall to one player. Rocket League is a quick game. It's a very explosive game. So Rettles just ended up in the on the shooting end of the stick this time. Well, thank goodness, because I don't think anyone else right now is scoring that goal the way he did. Nobody else is thinking to do that in that position. It's crazy to see a mind game at this level in a massive overtime like this, and also in 3v3. You just don't see that.
I should mention Reddles has been doing more 1v1s. I ran into him a handful of times, and he is much smarter than I expected. Like,
yeah, Reddles is solid in ones for sure.
Patient.
Yeah, Rettles played one game against Squishy in 1v1 in the Fusion qualifiers, and he totally smashed him. I think Squishy gave up at like 3 minutes to go. It was so one-sided. Rettles just went ahead by like 6 goals, and then Squishy just started bunny hopping around, even though there was more than half the game to go. It says more about how well Rettles was playing. He totally got inside Squishy's head with demos, and you guessed it, mind games. This guy is a real thinker, very smart player.
For someone so mechanical, it's rare to see him just take his time like that when he could probably just out-mechanic most players that he goes against.
It's hard to even see the openings to do this in threes because everybody's playing so quickly, and I don't think you can really appreciate how fast these players are playing until you go into a lobby against them and you don't touch the ball for all 5 minutes because everybody is just so much faster than you. That's what the experience would be like for 99.9% of Rocket League viewers. Garrett in off the bar. Of course, it would be in off the bar when GarrettG shoots. NRG with a lifeline.
Squishy went for the mind game breezy flick. And it sets Garrett up for an open net. That was fantastic.
Big fake by
I was thinking, like, what's it
Squishy.
gonna take to get the momentum back in your favor? Apparently something like that. That's what it takes.
You know, mind games on flicks, aerials, all these things. Oh! Arsenal tried not to save that shot. Just as much as anything else. I was gonna say, there's a lot of ego attached to these big plays. Nobody wants to completely whiff the ball on them, but sometimes it's a smart thing to do. Nobody expects it to come in at this level. So it definitely worked out well.
It's not really about getting clips, it's about getting the win and moving on to the next round.
Yeah, somebody remind Rails about that after the huge clip he got in the last game.
Very true. Squishy getting bumped in the corner. Pass out to mid. Doesn't quite snipe it.
So yeah, somewhere between a shot and a pass there for Space Station. It trickles harmlessly wide. They're probably feeling pretty hyped right now after a crazy ending to a ridiculously long overtime that we had in Game 4, now being on triple match point, but they need to stay focused. You can't let your guard down against NRG, even if you've got them completely backed up into a corner. They've shown us in the past, and I'm sure they'll show us again, that they can come back from these positions. They've already got the lead in Game 5. And if NRG can win Game 5, 6, then suddenly the series is heavily in their favor, I'd say.
That would give them plenty of momentum, that's for sure. We haven't seen many solo plays from Sipple recently, I've noticed. I think that might be just... I wonder if NRG is just trying to shut him down, or if he's getting boost starved or something. But not as many pop-off plays so far.
These guys are just so much faster. You can't really set up, we don't get a chance to see slow air dribble plays where, players are getting a chance to set up a flip reset on the ball or air dribble into a rebound. Versus NRG, you don't have any time to do that because they're so fast when they challenge you. You've maybe got 1-2 touches, then somebody's in your face. Like, there's less potential for those typical solo plays. GarrettG, meanwhile, he's got limitless potential in the solo play department. What an angle on the rebound!
What is that angle? From one corner to the other. That wasn't even to the corner. That wasn't even from a corner. That was like past the corner to the other corner.
Into the off the post.
Insane.
Well, there's no doubt right now. I'd say Garrett is probably it's between Garrett and Rettles for MVP. I'd say, but I think Garrett has probably been the MVP of the series.
I'd have to agree. Passing play here. Justin shutting it down early though. Arsenal not getting the pass that he wanted.
That's in. GarrettG again. Says
Wow.
Justin, get out of the way, buddy. That's my hat trick right there that you're flying in front of. Step aside, or maybe rather step into the backpack. It's big enough for both of you. 3-0. GarrettG is an absolute machine.
If I was the one handing out MVPs, I'd have to say it has to be Garrett this game. I am biased towards SSG a little bit, but the shots we're seeing from Garrett it's not normal. It's just that good.
Yeah, some of those saves as well have been so important. In keeping NRG competitive in the series.
You gotta take into consideration who they're playing against too. They're going against SSG, who is just looking like one of the best teams in NA right now, if not the best team, who has been just having insanely good defense. And Garrett's just putting shots in like it's nothing.
I think it's hard to say, well, after seeing the first few games here, right now at this moment, it's hard to say that the SSG aren't the best team in North America. Obviously, you need to actually win the series for it to count for anything. It doesn't matter if you win first, you go 3-1 ahead and then lose. They've got to finish the job here, but I mean, overall, it looks like SSG are probably the best in NA right now, but NRG can prove otherwise, or G2 can prove otherwise by going ahead and winning this tournament tonight. Even if SSG make the final tonight, it's hard not to say they're the best in North America because they've won the last one, beat G2 on the way to do it. But let's forget about that. We've still got at least one more game here, and with Garrett playing as well as he is, you can't be looking further ahead. We can, because we're not playing. We're just watching the game, so we can look ahead to the final. We can talk about best team NA, but it's typical Arsenal Rebels. They can't do that right now. They need to focus on what's immediately in front of them. Because, that capital G at the end of Garrett's name has never looked any bigger. That never looked any more capitalized than it has tonight. It's a monster.
Not at all. I want to point out Reddles had 0 goals. I mean, points and everything don't matter that much. He was still making plays, but Reddles had not one of his best games. No shots, no assists, no saves. Over the course of 5 minutes, that is a bit worrisome, but I think his 10 shots on his last game kind of makes up for it. He did his part. But that was a very good showing from NRG, and we got a series on our hands.
Oh yeah, this is, Game 6 probably the most important game of the series now, because if NRG win it, they're going to go into Game 7 with a 2-game win streak behind them. And SSG will be wondering, are we bottling this? Are we about to throw away 3 match points in a row? So this is, kind of a must-win for SSG. We're talking a lot about GarrettG being the MVP here. I think the, second, third, and fourth in line for that would be every SSG player in no particular order. And then probably, Justin Squishy bringing up the rear, but if Garrett keeps on playing as good as well as he is playing, SSG have to, they have to all perform at their absolute best.
Can they perform against a monster like NRG, though? That's what we're going to see here. After coming off of a 0-3 loss, better step it up.
Yeah, this is the test right here. So far, oh my goodness, that's almost in. Typical rifling one to the top corner. No chance for the defender on that, but we did see one shot missed earlier on in the game for SSG. We've had numerous opportunities. Actually, Arsenal will pick up a typical pass pretty much on the goal line, and that is not what you expect to see here. Oh, he actually pit maneuvered Garrett backwards on the goal line because of Arsenal's pump. That's pretty
It's funny because he was actually pushing Garrett towards where the shot was going, but it didn't matter because it got him. It spun him a little bit.
That's huge. It's such a slow play, such a slow bump, but it works out. Good save. Rettles manages to keep Justin out. Garrett hits the bar. Turns out even he can miss. SSG have got to try and stabilize here. This has been a rough game so far. Oh, I think Garrett just landed on Justin's shot. It looked like that was on target.
It was on target. He got a shot for it and everything.
I don't think anybody was...
He landed on it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing he could have done, but I don't think anybody was saving that for SSG. From what I saw. Definitely all happened very fast. Now here comes Garrett again, but now he's starting to misplay. Pass from Squishy and Justin. He shoots wide as well. NRG missing the target repeatedly.
SSG being very patient here on defense, just waiting for the opportunity to get out. They found one, They turn it into a shot. Not a bad one either.
Yeah, it's worth a pop, especially in a messy game like this. You might as well fire the ball quickly on target if you think you've got an opportunity to do that. Typical's actually one beyond Squishy here. Leaves it open for Arsenal. And the Typical Arsenal combo is destroying NRG's defense. It's not been pretty. It's not been as flashy as the last few games, but it's definitely effective. Squishy.
Was that a jump on Squishy?
I don't think so. I think he just messed up the clear. He might have been tagged on the drive-by, but it looked like he just didn't hit it hard enough.
Yeah. I think he did get tagged a little
that's
bit.
3. That's in. He's done it again. Typical. Garrett drops a huh in the chat. You probably thought he hit this. I mean, he just got beaten to it. It might have been one of those ones that registered as a hit on his screen, but server side and definitely spectator side, he clearly got beat to it. It was a quick recovery by Typical, sorry. That's a heartbreaker for NRG. They've, well, especially Garrett's played so well in games 2 and 5, and now this game, it's all falling apart.
If anyone can come back, though, it is NRG. This is not over by any means. There's
Long time left, yeah.
Unless this goes in.
Not quite. Still over half the game to go. Squishy denied early by Rettles. NRG have to try and start putting the passing plays together now. Good block by Squishy. He's ran out of boost though, and he's got nothing left in the follow-up. Infield, backflip by accident from Typical. As long as they defend well from here, it should be totally fine. They've shown us that they are quite capable of handling NRG pressure, backing up on the goal line, just getting bodies in the way of the ball. That's really what SSG should be doing right now. Doesn't look like NRG are playing their most clinical offense compared to the other stuff we've seen today.
And it really does need to be clinical to get past SSG's defense. They've been so consistent with it. Apart from some incredible shooting from GarrettG, of course.
Yeah, incredible shooting, which hasn't really played a part in this game yet. He's going to try and change that with a long shot. It looks like SSG are having none of it. And we're just less than 100 seconds away from a rematch of last week's semi-final. SSG against G2. G2 who already wait in the final after destroying Rogue, apparently. Only conceding 1 goal in all 4 games of a 4-0 sweep.
Wow. Against Rogue, too.
G2 have probably all fallen asleep waiting for this series to be over. That was finished about a couple of days ago, probably. That's going to be 4-0. NRG, or is it actually? No boost for Rettles, so maybe there is hope yet for the fan favorites. They want to stay the fan favorites. They better start winning, though. So that's all SSG are doing in the grid. You can't rely on one player to carry a series anymore. It just doesn't work, and that's why NRG, well, one of the reasons why NRG have struggled today, Garrett is the only player who managed to really show up in any kind of big way. And although he, made a monumental effort, especially in the 2 games that NRG won, it wasn't anywhere near enough to beat Space Station, who have all been playing well. All 3 players have had massive contributions to every single game that we've seen today.
This is just... There's no coming back from this. You can demo as much as you want, Squishy, but I don't think it's going to work.
I think he's just taking out some of his anger. He's not had a good series here.
No.
And, I expect to see more from Squishy, more from Justin, more from NRG in the rest of this season of the grid, and indeed in this weekend's RLCSX regional event for North America, and next weekend as well. I am sure that NRG will get there. Oh, wow, Rails just saved his own shot.
He fell on it after getting a demo.
That is pretty funny. GG's. Actually, no from Justin. I don't think he's replying to the GG's with a no there. I think it's more just a no at the despair of losing this series more than anything else. But that confirms it. NRG eliminated in the semis. Best team in North America throughout all of the offseason. Maybe not anymore. Maybe not, as SSG beat them 4-2. Hey, we got it right, actually. That's what we said it was going to be. We're good at this. Good job, Ranny, with the prediction.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, since you two have been waiting for a long time here, we're going to go to a break and get ready for the grand final, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. It's SSG versus G2 grand finals coming up very soon. Of course, it would be a grand final because I apparently only do grand final grid streams. But yeah, thanks for casting this one with me, Ranny. It's been a pleasure. And Twitch chat, we'll see you on the other side of this very short break. SSG versus G2 coming right up.
I want to point out Reddles had 0 goals. I mean, points and everything don't matter that much. He was still making plays, but Reddles had not one of his best games. No shots, no assists, no saves. Over the course of 5 minutes, that is a bit worrisome, but I think his 10 shots on his last game kind of makes up for it. He did his part. But that was a very good showing from NRG, and we got a series on our hands. It's
Oh yeah, this is, I mean, Game 6 probably the most important game of the series now, because if NRG win it, they're going to go into Game 7 with a 2-game win streak behind them. And SSG will be wondering, are we bottling this? Are we about to throw away 3 match points in a row? So this is, you know, kind of a must-win for SSG. We're talking a lot about GarrettG being the MVP here. I think the, you know, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in line for that would be every SSG player in no particular order, and then probably you know, Justin Squishy bringing up the rear. But if Garrett keeps on playing as good as well as he is playing, SSG have to, you know, they have to all perform at their absolute best.
Can they perform against a monster like NRG, though? That's what we're going to see here. After coming off of a 0-3 loss, better step it up.
Yeah, this is the test right here. So far, oh my goodness, that's almost in. Typical rifling one to the top corner. No chance for the defender on that, but we did see one shot miss earlier on in the game for SSG. They've had numerous opportunities. Actually, Arsenal will pick up a typical pass pretty much on the goal line, and that is not what you expect to see here. Oh, he actually pit maneuvered Garrett backwards on the goal line because of Arsenal's pump. That's pretty
It's funny because he was actually pushing Garrett towards where the shot was going, but it didn't matter because it got him.
I don't believe it. That's huge. I mean, it's such a slow play, such a slow bump, but it works out. Good save. Rettles manages to keep Justin out. Garrett hits the bar. Turns out even he can miss. SSG have got to try and stabilize here. This has been a rough game so far. Oh, I think Garrett just landed on Justin's shot. It looked like that was on target.
It was on target. He got a shot for it and everything.
I don't think anybody was...
He landed on it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing he could have done, but I don't think anybody was saving that for SSG. From what I saw. Definitely all happened very fast. Now here comes Garrett again, but now he's starting to misplay. Pass from Squishy to Justin. He shoots wide as well. NRG missing the target repeatedly.
SSG being very patient here on defense, just waiting for the opportunity to get out. They found one. They turned it into a shot. Not a bad one either.
Yeah, it's worth a pop, especially in a messy game like this. You might as well fire the ball quickly on target if you think you've got an opportunity to do that. Typical's actually 1v1 Squishy here. Leaves it open for Arsenal. And this typical Arsenal combo is destroying NRG's defense. It's not been pretty. It's not been as flashy as the last few games, but it's definitely effective. Squishy.
Was that another bump on Squishy?
I don't think so. I think he just messed up the clear. He might have been tagged on the drive-by, but it looked like he just didn't hit it hard enough.
I don't think it mattered. Yeah. I think he did get tagged
a little
bit.
That's 3. That's in. He's done it again. Typical. Garrett drops a in the chat. You probably thought he hit this. I mean, he just got beaten to it. It might have been one of those ones that registered as a hit on his screen, but server side and definitely spectator side, he clearly got beat to it. It was a quick recovery by Typical, sorry. That's a heartbreaker for NRG. They've, well, especially Garrett's played so well in games 2 and 5, and now this game, it's all falling apart.
If anyone can come back, though, it is NRG. This is not over by any means.
Long time left, yeah.
Unless this goes in.
Not quite. Still over half the game to go. Squishy denied early by Rettles. NRG have to try and start putting the passing plays together now. Good block by Squishy. He's ran out of boost though, and he's got nothing left in the follow-up. Infield, backflip by accident from Typical. As long as they defend well from here, it should be totally fine. They've shown us that they are quite capable of handling NRG pressure, backing up on the goal line, just getting bodies in the way of the ball. That's really what SSG should be doing right now. Doesn't look like NRG are playing their most clinical offense compared to the other stuff we've seen today.
And it really does need to be clinical to get past SSG's defense. They've been so consistent with it. Apart from some incredible shooting from GarrettG, of course.
Yeah, incredible shooting, which hasn't really played a part in this game yet. He's going to try and change that with a long shot. It looks like SSG are having none of it. And we're just, less than 100 seconds away from a rematch of last week's semi-final. SSG against G2. A G2 who already wait in the final after destroying Rogue, apparently. Only conceding 1 goal in all 4 games of a 4-0 sweep.
Wow. Against Rogue, too.
G2 have probably all fallen asleep waiting for this series to be over. That was finished about a couple of days ago, probably. That's going to be 4-0. NRG, or is it actually? No boost for Rettles, so maybe there is hope yet for the fan favorites. They want to stay the fan favorites. They better start winning, though. So that's all SSG are doing in the grid. You can't rely on one player to carry a series anymore. It just doesn't work.
Wow.
And that's why NRG, well, one of the reasons why NRG have struggled today, Garrett is the only player who managed to really show up in any kind of big way. And although he, made a monumental effort, especially in the 2 games that NRG won, it wasn't anywhere near enough to beat Space Station, who have all been playing well. All 3 players have had massive contributions to every single game that we've seen today.
This is just... There's no coming back from this. You can demo as much as you want, Squishy, but I don't think it's going to work.
I think he's just taking out some of his anger. He's not had a good series here.
No.
And, I expect to see more from Squishy, more from Justin, more from NRG in the rest of this season of the grid, and indeed in this weekend's RLCSX regional event for North America, and next weekend as well. I am sure that NRG will get there. Oh, wow, Rails just saved his own shot.
He fell on it after getting a demo.
That is pretty funny. GG's. Actually, no from Justin. I don't think he's replying to the GG's with a no there. I think it's more just a no, that the despair of losing this series more than anything else. But that confirms it. NRG eliminated in the semis. Best team in North America throughout all of the offseason. Maybe not anymore. Maybe not, as SSG beat them 4-2. Hey, we got it right, actually. That's what we said it was going to be. We're good at this. Good job, Ranny, with the prediction.
Thank you. Thank you.